Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and this evening we'll have a look at the latest GFS ensembles, and then we'll have a look at the other weather models and live radar for the potential for some snow over the next few days. Now do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you do like and subscribe. But currently we're looking at the GFS 12Z, the latest on this polar plunge, a proper northerly wind. The last time we saw a proper northerly wind like this, with this sort of depth of cold, will probably have been, with this similar synoptic pattern, will probably have been December 2010, where we saw the December to remember, where the CET didn't get above 0 degrees, so the average temperature in that December was below freezing. Now, because it's in April, we're not going to be seeing those exceptionally cold conditions, but it's likely that we're going to be seeing some very cold nights, perhaps -4 or -5 degrees quite widely, perhaps Tuesday into Wednesday, and we're going to be seeing a few snow showers and hail showers, and in some regions we could see quite a few, potentially giving some accumulations. But we're currently having a look at the pressure charts. If we quickly turn over to the temperatures, you can see at midday today, this is where the cold front was. It reached Ireland, got to the Faroe Islands, and starting to head into the Northern Isles. I've already seen images from the Faroe Islands on Twitter this afternoon. Early this morning, it was nice sunshine, and by this afternoon, they'd already have a covering of snow as those brutally cold winds are streaming down. And if we run through it, those brutally cold winds head all the way down to -10 line, which is normally the sign of below freezing daytime temperatures, has got through the whole country, but given it's April, daytime highs will be around 4 or 5 degrees, perhaps a little bit higher, with more sunshine you see, and colder where you see more cloud and more snow and sleet and hail showers. Again, if this was in winter, we would not be seeing daytime highs above freezing quite widely for the next few days, but given it's April, it means it's going to be heavily modified at the surface, even though up in the higher atmosphere it is brutally cold. Beyond that, we maintain this cold air mass through Tuesday into Wednesday, with brutally cold air still over many parts, even into Wednesday. But into Thursday, we do get a brief respite as westerly winds come in, which does mean that it's unlikely to be overnight frost through Thursday and Friday, simply because winds are going to pick up, allowing temperatures towards the surface not to drop as low. Still be 2 or 3 degrees, still be reasonably chilly, and maybe temperatures will climb a little bit higher, maybe getting into double digits, maybe 10 or 11 degrees instead of 4, 5, 6 degrees that we're going to have Monday through to Wednesday. But you can see we're getting a pattern that's setting up here. I highlighted it earlier in a few of my videos last few days, and it's looking like it's coming out more and more on the model outputs and on the ensemble, that we could be seeing a second northern blast. Now, it's not going to be as cold as the first one, as again, the cold air over the Arctic is reducing every single day, but perhaps the -10 line does go through parts of Scotland and northern England again, as we see this sort of northerly blast. Again, -5 line, -6, -7 degrees, getting through most of the country before high pressure settles down, again potentially giving more overnight frosts into Saturday, Sunday, even into the start of next week. And again, we maintain with that north or northwesterly wind with colder sectors, but since the winds are picking up a bit more, mixing the air, I suspect the temperatures will climb a little bit higher, maybe 11, 12 degrees highs, and maybe 1 or 2 degrees at night, but still feeling very chilly with those westerly winds originating from Greenland. We won't run through the rest of GFS, so I do want to concentrate mostly on this video over the next couple of days with the snow potential. So we'll briefly have a look at the GFS ensembles. As you can see, we're getting into that very cold upper air conditions. See that 15-degree cold front will sweep through tonight. I've already heard reports in Aberdeen in the space of half an hour, temperature dropped by 5 degrees, which is an exceptional margin. 5 degrees normally takes a few hours to fall for a sort of a normal standard Atlantic cold front, or overnight it takes a couple hours. But with this cold front, it fell in 30 minutes with snow, initially rain, but turning to snow and hail showers behind that cold front. Beyond that, we see that rise of temperatures and more westerly winds come in, and then we see a drop again as a second sort of northerly blast comes in. Not quite as cold, but still pretty chilly, still around 5 to 10 degrees below average, before we do see a slow rise back up to around average in around 10 days' time. It's looking like a decent consensus that we're not going to be seeing above average temperatures for at least a week and potentially 10 days' time. So shorts and t-shirts that we've had the past week, especially early this week, where we saw 20 degrees plus quite widely, going to have to be put away, and those coats are going to have to come back out at least for the next week. Now, first we'll run through the GFS precipitation charts. Again, they're not too accurate, but again gives you a general consensus of where the showers may be. As we run through that cold front sweep southwards, we'll have a look at the live radar in a minute, but it's looking like there's going to be two cold fronts. I've seen that on some of the synoptic charts as well, on the Met Office facts chart. There's an initial cold front bringing colder air in generally, and there's an even sharper cold front as brutally cold air comes in. Now, the first cold front is going to bring sort of a small band of pretty heavy precipitation, potentially snow, most likely more rain and hail towards lower levels as that temperature really drops. It's been quite intense, and that's why we see that 30-minute drop, where we could see that in that 30 minutes a drop of 4 or 5 degrees. And there's a secondary cold front which is bringing in the more unstable air, which is going to produce showers. Now, that more unstable air it's not going to be quite as unstable as it moves over land. So perhaps central areas won't see as much precipitation from these weather fronts. But still, I'm expecting quite widespread convective showers. So most areas by tomorrow morning will have seen some form of wintry showers. But it's looking like for many northern areas and sort of the Midlands, it's going to fall before sunrise. So perhaps could give a covering of snow, potentially. Again, I doubt it widely, but maybe in a few spots with the heaviest showers. But perhaps further southwards. I know it's a bank holiday tomorrow, but if anyone's up early around 7, 8 a.m, you could get caught out as that initial cold front sweeps through, with convective showers behind that for most of the morning to lunchtime. Before tomorrow afternoon, if we have a look at it, it does dry out in more central areas, perhaps western areas, Northern Ireland, Northern Scotland, and eastern coastal areas, still seeing some snow showers. But snow showers do spread back inland again overnight Monday, before fizzling out, and mainly setting up in western areas and eastern areas before, again, they look like they're going to come more widespread and more inland Tuesday afternoon. So again, a decent chance we're going to see some quite heavy showers Tuesday afternoon more widely away from coast. Before the showers do start to die down, westerly winds come back in, mainly dry but still pretty cold, and then weather fronts sweep through and we bring through that second sort of northerly blast with, again, some widespread wintry showers, but nothing too sustained apart from northern Scotland, where we do have a yellow snow warning in force. So I'm not expecting significant accumulations, but if you do get caught out in one of these sort of squally convective snow showers, you really will know it, as it will probably go white out for maybe 5 or 10 minutes before clearing through. And given it's April, don't expect too much accumulations, just to be really cold when those showers do come through. So you could be seeing some very up and down conditions over the next couple of days, where it goes from really cold, squally, snowy conditions to maybe perhaps some sunshine, feeling a little bit warmer away from those showers. If we now have a look at the GM model, we'll just run through the next couple of days. As you can see, those two cold fronts, initially that first cold front with the just to bring the generally cold air, and then we've got the brutally cold air with the more unstable air mass, sweep southwards, potentially giving more snow to East Anglia, from sort of 9 a.m. On Monday, so tomorrow morning. Then more showers, especially in western, eastern areas and parts of northern Scotland, before they start to move further inland again through Tuesday afternoon into evening. It's going to be one to watch with that. It looks like quite a big area of snow. We do see persistent snow for 2 or 3 hours, with cold overnight frost through Tuesday. Ground temperatures are going to cool down quite quickly. So I suspect there could be some accumulations around, especially on grassy surfaces, cars, etc. So it'd be very interesting to see what conditions we could see with that. It's very much going to be a nowcast situation, as the models will predict precipitation, but exactly where the heaviest convection takes place is going to be very difficult to tell. Beyond that, it goes drier. Wednesday, a few showers around, but yeah, generally dry beyond that as westerly winds take hold before we see that second northerly blast. But we won't go too far on this in this video. We'll now have a look at the icon model. Again, doesn't show showers too well, especially coming inland, unfortunately, but it does show you the general rough outlook of the showers. As that initial colder front moves through, again, quite widespread convective showers, and then we see that, and again, showing very much coastal, but I suspect perhaps a little bit more inland than it's showing. Through Tuesday, again, western areas could be seeing a lot of snow on this sort of school or this convergence zone. Perhaps see some accumulation, especially over some of the Brecon beacons. Perhaps it's got a bit of elevation. Again, low-lying areas, not expecting too much accumulations, but just perhaps some whiteout scenes, quite cold conditions. Beyond that, it definitely does look like more unstable airs coming in, as the icon is showing along the GM, the GFS, snow risk Thursday afternoon into evening, as it looks like more unstable air is going to cross the central part of the country of England, northern England, perhaps giving more widespread snow showers before clearing away overnight, before rain comes back into the north, probably falling primarily as rain to lower levels, and perhaps snow over some hills. Finally, we'll have a look at the arpège model, which is a more high-resolution model than the other models. You can see again showing those showers moving southwards, showing some snow to it. Again, doesn't show snow too well, the arpège, but just generally show you where the showers will be. So yeah, generally through Monday, after those showers clear through Monday morning in central southern areas, we just see a lot of showers in the north-eastern areas, perhaps coming quite far inland, parts of northern England, and then to Northern Ireland as well. Beyond that, we do see some snow showers again down western areas through Tuesday morning, and then as we get into Tuesday afternoon, more widespread snow showers, hail showers, and maybe some sleety, rainy showers as well, before it all starts to die away as weather fronts come in off the Atlantic, especially in the north. So yeah, looking like Monday morning for widely, as those weather fronts move through, those cold fronts move through, then coastal areas through sort of Monday evening into Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday afternoon again, more widespread convection. Looks like it may kick off again with widespread sleet and snow showers, especially in central areas and southern areas as well. We'll have a look at the UK weather warnings. Again, these are the same warnings I've showed you yesterday, so I won't read through them, but they've been extended out to Tuesday with a snow warning in force, really just for those northerly winds, as we're likely to see it's the coldest areas there, and the most unstable areas coming in off the North Sea, and from the Arctic, so that's where we're going to see the most frequent snow showers, so the most likely chances of accumulations, especially with this high ground as well, the Scottish Highlands as well. So that's where the yellow warnings are. I do not expect really another yellow warning for snow to be enforced, but perhaps one for ice, simply because of the very low overnight temperatures. But it really depends on how much precipitation we see over the next day or two, and in the daytime as well, because it's been pretty dry the last few days, quite widely, so there's not too much moisture on the ground. So when it does fall quite cold overnight, there's not puddles or anything to freeze. So although it's going to be very cold overnight, unless there's a lot of precipitation showers over the next few days, I don't expect an ice warning to be enforced. But you never know. It could be enforced at short notice. Finally, we'll have a look at the weather channel for the live radar. So this we're looking at. We've got Birmingham highlighted here, and we'll look at temperatures first. So if we load up temperatures, you can see where the cold front is. It's sort of towards Glasgow, Edinburgh at the moment, and you've got colder air into northern Scotland. Around freezing right there, quite widely, you can see up to Faroe Islands, brutally cold, up to sort of the Northern Isles as well, Norway, and Iceland has gone into the absolute freeze. You see those purple colours. And this cold front is going to be heading southwards overnight before when we wake up tomorrow morning. It's most likely to be positioned sort of towards the M4 line through London at around 9-10 a.m. tomorrow morning before clearing through the whole of the country. Comes about tomorrow at lunchtime, bringing those brutally cold air with it. So it'll be very interesting to see how this evolves over the next few hours. If we have a look at the live radar, if we can get it to load. There we go. You can see where the cold front, the first initial cold front is, where we've got these showers, and you see sort of a little bit of a squally line there developing. Really interesting to see if that develops into a proper squall line across the whole of the weather front, or just partial areas. Again, it will develop over time as it meets different features and different parts. And it changes as it heads across the country. We'll see what happens with that initial cold front, and then you've got the second cold front as more unstable air comes in with a lot of convective heavy showers, turning mainly to snow over hills and as you come inland. These cold fronts will be sinking southwards, heading through the country, and you can see the convection that's already coming into Norway. Really heavy snow showers coming into Norway, going to be packing in, could be seeing 15-20 centimetres widely in parts of Norway and up towards Sweden as well. Iceland seeing a lot of snow showers coming in, and that northerly wind as well. Hasn't got the best of radar, but it generally does show you that a lot of snow is coming in off that northerly wind, packing in. You can see all that convection going up all the way through Norway into Sweden and Finland. So yeah, just shows you where that weather front is, and that brutally cold air sinking southwards. So anyway, hope everyone enjoyed their Easter, as we've had quite pleasant weather today, and I hope that you try to enjoy your Easter Monday, tomorrow bank holiday, even though the weather is probably going to be pretty cold and pretty chilly and potentially quite snowy for some regions as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed discovering you, and I'll see you again for another video soon.